If you don't beat yourself up.
They got to have short memories.
There
like we've talked about that. Yeah. They can't think about that last play that they just threw an interception, and they got to forget that and start as if it's a new, and it is. It's a new play.
It's a new play. It's over. It's now. There's only the now. That's over. There's nothing you can do about it. So,
user go. I'm done.
User go. User go. Move.
Yar.
Dog goes.
Years ago, when I used to get my boys up for school, I would wait until the last minute to wake them up, literally. I'd wait till the last minute, I'd wake them up, and it would be nothing but a morning of rushing and yelling until they got out the door. And once they got out the door, I was still rushing and running around to get to work. And what I wish I knew then that I know now is setting an intention. And today we're talking about why it's important to set an intention for your day. Hi, my name is Michelle. This is my husband Boyd. Welcome to our channel, The Freedom Habit. Okay, so without realizing it, I was actually setting the intention for my entire day. I mean, I would feel rushed, and I was setting the intention for my kids' day as well. When they left the house, they were rushed. They were, we were all flustered. So I was just thinking, do you have anything different? Maybe an idea of something that could have helped that process?
Well, like you were saying, setting an intention, like the night before even.
There you go.
Like when you're laying in bed at night, if you set an intention to, first of all, get into a peaceful state before you even do this at night. Get relaxed. Once again, meditate or just do some deep breathing, get relaxed, and then picture a peaceful morning. Set the clock a little earlier so you're not in such a rush. And I know these are real common sense things, but literally when you say and set that intention that I'm going to have a nice morning, it's going to be nice, it's relaxed. I know there's a lot to do, it's going to be busy, but we're going to pull this off in a nice, calm, peaceful manner.
There you
go. And like Phil said on Modern Family, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Which I know seems kind of antithetical. Like it doesn't really make sense, but in a way it does, because it means you're being methodical and careful, and you're taking the steps and you're paying attention to each step you're taking, so it speeds up the process. You don't have to go back and repeat things.
There's less chaos. You have direction. You're more productive. There you go.
And like if there's a fire drill and everybody just ran over each other and tried to get out of the building, that's a lot worse than people. That's why in school we would get in line and walk out slowly. I know they were just drills, but nevertheless, there is some truth to that.
Right.
So that's something you could have done. And if you're interested in this type of subject matter, I have a book called Unleashing Destiny, and it's on Audible and Amazon.com. Talks about the RAS, the reticular activating system, the default mode network, having a growth mindset. It's got a lot of information in there, and it really helps clarify what I'm talking about right here. Like you were consciously in a hurry and rushed and worried, right? So then your kids pick up on those vibrations. That's your frequency, and you're sending that frequency to your kids. So they're going to show up in school with that, feeling that way. And it's a widespread, it goes so much further than we realize in the moment. Like when we're actually doing it, I did the same thing.
It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah. I was impatient with waking up and getting people out to school, and I had to get to work and all. Yeah, I was the same way. So I think most people are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I just wanted to use that example because it's like a ripple effect. And I set the tone as soon as I woke up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that just shows how important setting intentions are. You know, that if we set our intentions the night before for the next day, then we will have more clarity in the morning. We'll feel more productive.
Well, yeah, when you set that, you're setting the tone for the day too, which is going to make you conscious of different things. Like you're being conscious of, I might be late, there might be traffic, and all that kind of stuff. But you could have been conscious of, this is a beautiful day, joking around with the kids, and me too, not just you. You asked me that question. So, but yeah, and our conscious shapes how we see reality.
Right.
So instead of seeing it as this big panic mode that we have to be in, when you set an intention to wake up and have a nice day and a pretty day or nice peaceful day, your mind starts looking for that. I've said that before. It's like the RAS, the reticular activating system. It's gonna look for reasons and things that are gonna bring you peace and calmness and joy rather than, oh my God, we gotta make this happen. Kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
energy.
I think when you start your day out like that too with intention, you are less stressed, you know, and you are more aware. Well, I think for myself, I can catch myself easier with my self-talk. If I start to do negative self-talk, that seems to I seem to be aware of it easier than when I'm just filled with an entire day of chaos because I've just allowed my day to take over for me.
Right. And I think too, when we realize that we're one with God, we have contact with God at all times. We can always say a prayer or set our minds on His love and His eternalness and the fact that He made us, our spirits, eternal. And there's peace. So we always can contact God, Source, the universe, Jesus. People say all kinds of things, but we always have access to the divine, the creator. And when we're living in panic and rushing around, we're forgetting that.
Yeah.
Like we're thinking it's all on us. Where, God can intervene and make things happen too and make things little easier. And he will. So but if you're not looking for it, you're not gonna find that.
That's true. And I think when you're in chaos, you don't always look for it. You don't stop to think about those things.
No.
So.
Yeah, when you're in chaos, you're in panic. When you're in panic, you're not trusting the unknown. And, really life is an unknown situation. Our lives are unknown. We don't know what's going to happen next and it's an unknown thing. We have to come to peace with that. And the only way to really have peace with the unknown is to trust and have faith in a creator that loves you. Because otherwise, no wonder people are scared and worried and fearful.
Yeah.
I mean,
and to live in the moment.
Yeah.
Living in the moment takes that away. We're not obsessing about, what might happen. We're not obsessing about what did happen.
Right.
We're not comparing the two. So by living in the moment, you're taking care of what's happening right now, how you're feeling about that right now.
And no matter what's going on in this moment, whether you even like it or not, you can handle it. It's not that overwhelming. If you take each breath, each step, each moment as it comes, something negative happens, you're going to notice it. It might make you feel a little angry or tense, and let it go because another moment's coming in literally a second, and it's going to be different. And you can let that go, and something good can happen 2 seconds later, and and you feel completely different. Our emotions are so just all over the map. So just trusting in our emotions is not the way to go. And I think a lot of us do that.
Yeah.
And trust in our own thoughts, because we are not our thoughts.
No.
We're the spirit in our bodies watching our thoughts. We are beyond our thoughts. That's why we can look at that thought and not like it and disagree with it and not obey it. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, you might want to say something to somebody who made you mad somewhere or whatever, and you'll give it a second thought and go like, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not like that. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Even though they would do that or did that, I'm not going to go to that level. So, I mean, we're not our thoughts. We prove that to ourselves every day if we actually notice it. That's the thing. I don't think a lot of us notice it a lot.
Well, I think it's hard to notice sometimes if we're continually living in a chaotic survival mode, and so many people are doing that right now because just the way things are, and they're getting better. But for years, I think we've been kind of conditioned ourselves to
survival
just
mode.
Constant, like we're rushing. We rush to work, we rush home, we rush to make dinner, we rush to get the kids, homework done, rush to get them into bed, rush to get to sleep ourselves so that we can hurry up and wake up and start our day all over again.
Start rushing all over.
Yeah, and if we don't stop and take a moment and calm ourselves
and gather our emotions and our thoughts, or release, not so much gather them even, maybe just become aware of them and let the negative ones go, release them, so you can start your day with a clean slate rather than all, like you said, stressed out about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow.
Setting an intention isn't about perfection. It's about living with a purpose. Like every day, you get to decide what kind of day you're going to have for the most part by how you're going to react to it. How you'll be whenever circumstances arise.
And the thing about circumstances is many of us, if not most of us, feel we're victims of circumstances.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're a victim, when you have a victim mentality and you feel like I don't have any control over my life or what, you feel out of control and it stresses you out.
And you have fear and doubt and anxiety.
Yeah. So you got to kind of trick yourself out of believing your critical mind. The mind that's always worried. The mind that's always thinking, no, there's probably a car wreck and I'm going to get stuck in traffic and be late for work again. Then I'm going to get written up. And you play these scenarios through your head and you literally think of 5 bad things that are going to happen. Meanwhile, you probably get the work clocked in, you're fine, don't get written up. But your body just lived through the fact, because whatever we're thinking, our bodies are thinking that it's actually happening. So your body already thinks you lost your job, your bank's getting low, your kids are gonna starve to death, and now you got to find it. And meanwhile, none of that even happened. But you ran all those scenarios through your head because you were stressed out.
Your body is internally reacting to that too. I mean, if we can manifest good things by putting out high vibrations, we can certainly bring in negative things with negative vibrations,
Well, we can think ourselves into illnesses and we can heal ourselves by our thoughts from those illnesses. Both things are true. And this has actually been known since 1967, but our genes are controlled by the environment, which is the environment of our mind and our emotions. So if our body thinks it's in danger, our immune system gets weak because it's in fight or flight, and it thinks it might need our body to, like we're cavemen still, and we got to fight off a saber-toothed tiger.
Right.
So your body your immune system gets weaker, your digestive system gets weaker, like it does a lot of literal physical damage to your body when you're living in that fear. But now we know that you can actually heal things by believing the best and by focusing and meditating on joy and peace and
Raising your vibrations.
raising your frequency to abundance, which doesn't mean, I'm not just saying like you got $1 million. Even abundance just means you're taken care of, like everything is all right, you know.
Yeah.
No matter what, you'll be all right. God's always watching out for me. The universe is always working things out for me. Like when you think like that, you literally can heal your body, or at the very least, not make yourself sick from being fearful all the time.
Right.
You know?
So yeah, I would say setting an intention definitely has a ripple effect all the way around on the people around you, on your day,
on your health, your longevity in life.
Yeah. Setting an intention can be very easy, really. It's not that much work. I mean, it's not like we're going out of our way to do things. We're telling ourselves in the evening what we want our day to look like the next day. Or when we wake up in the morning, we're taking a few minutes to decide what kind of day I want to have, what kind of energy I want to put out there. You know, we're deciding, we're setting the tone for having clarity, for getting more work done. I think we're more productive when our mind isn't scattered.
Well, there's no doubt about that, because to get in the zone or into flow state, you know, like an athlete playing the game of their life isn't out there worried about dropping passes, or quarterbacks can't be worried about throwing interceptions. I've seen quarterbacks throw 4 interceptions in a game and still win the game because they didn't let it bother them. Like, they know they're better than that. They're like, all right, I messed up. That wasn't good. That wasn't great. I'm better than that. And they'll come back and then they'll throw 4 touchdown passes and win the game, even though it looked horrible there for 2 quarters.
Yeah, you're right. There you go.
So it's always good to check in with your emotional state throughout the day. I've heard some people say it's good to do even once an hour, you know, to literally just take a 45-second break and just, how am I feeling? And if you're feeling stressed, or if you even notice you're feeling stressed, take a minute break and do some deep breathing, stretch a little bit. Because that's the thing, we get in these states and I don't even think we realize it happens gradually and slowly. Sometimes we'll just get mad and blow up, but sometimes it kind of builds. It's like this slow build. So it is important to check in with yourself, check in with your emotions, set the intention in the morning. It will definitely have a positive effect on your life and the amount of joy and peace in your life. There's no doubt about it. All right, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. Leave us a comment. We love to hear from you.
Have a great day.